expected something, something better than before. We expected something more. Do you really think you can just put it in a safe behind a painting, lock it up and leave? Do you really think you can just put it in a safe behind a painting, lock it up and leave? Walk away now, and you're gonna start a war.
Well, after a long winter, out hiking again. This is the Gale River trailhead. And the gate's closed, so we gotta walk another 1.25 miles to get to the trailhead, but that's okay. It's not gonna add too much. Got snowshoes in the back seat there. And all our packs in the trunk, so we'll be getting all that stuff out soon. And hopefully on the trail and hiking in no time. So, coming up on this solid no fireworks sign.
So in case it wasn't clear.
Yeah. In case anyone was thinking about it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's like my grandfather back in the day, just setting off the M80s on the summits.
He did it.
He did it, and that's probably why that sign's there. Yeah, so we're like 1/10 of the mile in, and Andrew's struggling with rocks in his shoes.
It's gonna be a good day.
Probably a souvenir from the Dix Mountain Wilderness back in October. That's how we do, though. So that's fine. Alright, so we made the trail register. That's where we are, and we're following the Garfield Trail all the way down there until we get to this campsite, and then to the summit, and then straight back down the way we came. So total of 5 miles one way. Should not be an overly difficult day, especially with all these contours so far apart.
Simple.
Yeah.
Switchbacks are helping.
Yeah, really, at no point does it really look like an overly demanding hike, so we'll see. We'll probably have to clip on the snowshoes at some point, but I'm not anticipating any significant problems. So let's get started. So we're moving at a pretty good clip right now, and the trail so far dry as a bone. We read some reports yesterday that there's going to be some snow, but it's packed down pretty well, so that's kind of why we came to the conclusion of hiking Garfield today, just reading different trail reports. We were going to do a double like the Hancocks or the Kinsmans, but seemed to indicate that it's pretty sloppy, so that's kind of why we settled on this. So far trail conditions really nice, and it's a perfect day. It's like 16 sunny, so we're just gonna keep going until we hit our first snag.
And the trail's dry too, that's perfect.
Yeah, Andrew's liking the conditions. So now we're about 20 minutes in. Still doing good, no snow yet. Try not to keep shaking this camera, but it's a brand new camera we're trying out this year. I didn't anticipate making videos last year. It just kind of became a thing, and now that I like doing it, I made a little nicer investment, but doing good. Andrew's moving along no problem, same here, so we're just happy to be back out here. Alright, now we're getting a little muddier. So far it's been a really dry hike. I'd say we're just about a mile in now, so really don't know the elevation. so I'm not really quite sure where we started at, but so far I can't complain. It's been an easy day. Oop, tripping over rocks. Yippee. First stream crossing of the day. Getting our stream legs back. I'm gonna see how Andrew's approaching this before I just kind of go at it. I think you're good if you, that one right in front of you, yeah. Yeah, just like that. No issues for Andrew. And now it's my turn. We'll see how this goes. Yep. Hey, see where you got hung up here. Job well done. So we made it through our first little spot of stream crossings. Water was pretty low considering what I was expecting with the snow kind of melting, but oh, gotta watch my head here. A nice little tree. But yeah, we got through no problem. All the rocks were sticking out, so it was easy to just kind of hop along those. And now we're just still going, and trail's still dry, so that's just saving us time. Stream crossing number 2 now. This one was actually a little easier than the last. Bigger rocks to step on. We're just gonna go from there to there to there, and that will be that. Oop. Let's go for a swim. Not today. Just went for it.
I mean, if need be on the way back, you can always take that.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that's where people normally walk in the summer.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's pretty forgiving there. Yeah, I almost lost my belt.
It's low, you can walk across that, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
I mean, right now you can still kind of walk across if you need to.
Yeah.
Well, why bother?
No. Well, taking our first break. Been a pretty easy hike, you would say, so far.
Yeah, good trail, really good trail.
Yeah, trail conditions A+.
So far.
All things considered. Having a little snack, little mint chocolate Cliff Bar.
Pick me up.
Yeah, a little pick me up. I actually hate it, but
Will bring me down.
a little bring me down. That's why we're sitting down.
No, I get it, man.
Yeah. Andrew found some garbage on the trail here. A little piece of bungee cord with some hooks on it. Don't really know what this is, but we'll take it out and then throw it out.
Carry in, carry out.
Carry in, carry out. Carry in other people's stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll carry out other people's. Yeah.
You gotta carry it in, though, too.
Throw it near the pack for now. Got my snowshoes, which we have not had to take off yet. As you can see, it's pretty.
No sign of winter.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all. I'm actually really surprised. We haven't seen anything yet, but the elevation's starting to pick up now. We're ascending a little more rapidly. Kind of just water slightly trickling through this section of trail here. So overall, been a pretty easy day so far. I'm waiting for something to get a little more challenging. Inevitably, that's going to happen, but take advantage while it's easy. Well, first sight of winter right there, or what's left of it. can't really tell you how far we've gone. Losing pretty much all concept of that, but yeah, we're coming up on some little bit of ice now, but even so, it's not enough to hinder us in any way, shape, or form. So just gonna keep on going, but just tells me we are gonna see a little bit of it today. Well, we're into the snow now. It was only a matter of time. It's we don't really need the shoes yet. I mean, it's all pretty hard packed. Yeah, very hard packed. I guess they call this the monorail. But yeah, you're not gonna post hole through this. As long as you kind of stay in the center here, you're pretty good. And it's soft enough where we actually have a little bit of traction. But it's hard enough where we're not punching through, so it's so far pretty easy. So we got the snowshoes just in case, but if it stays like this, we're not going to need them. So we've trudged through a little bit of snow now. Decided to stop and take another little break. We're getting like circled by this hawk right now. Seems like it's pissed at us or something.
Oh, go away.
Andrew, not a huge fan of the wildlife.
It's not your mountain. Everyone's mountain.
Right. This don't belong to you. Yeah, there's just more snow up ahead, but it's packed so hard that we really haven't had to use the snowshoes. Andrew might clip on the chains when he goes back down, but honestly, if it stays like this, then the snowshoes are pretty much just added weight.
Yeah.
Good to have them though, just in case. But haven't been post-holing, so really not at all. So
Let's hope it continues.
yep. All right, off we go again. Yeah. So we just got through that whole patch of snow, and it actually kind of thinned out here. We're this is I don't know if it's just because of the increased tree cover in here, but
like I said, like when it comes to like spots that are more exposed, I felt like it was gonna melt faster.
yeah.
This ice is done. I can stomp on this shit and break it. It's already been broken.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, we've been going for quite a bit now, and we got through a snowy portion and then got to this kind of side of the mountain here, and there's almost no snow at all. There's probably a little more sunlight exposure and increase the melting rate of the snow. So, but yeah, we can see the summit of the mountain we're going to now. So I would say we got, what do you think, about another mile and a half?
A little less.
Yeah, mile and a half, a little less. And all this snow that you see here, it's so hard packed that, you know, even though we took the snowshoes, we haven't needed them yet. If I post hole a few times, I am going to put them on, but still, really great day. Well, we've been pretty consistently trudging through this stuff. We're in that part where there's switchbacks on the trail right now. This is like the second one. Basically, I think there's like one more or two, and then it should be almost a straight shot to the summit. But we're getting down to the point where there's probably about a mile left, if that. So we're getting up there pretty quick, and still no post holing. I mean, we've slipped off this hard pack a few times, but for the most part, still don't need the shoes. So pretty happy with that, because just let us keep our pace going. Yeah, so we're getting real close to the summit here, but kind of looking out and real nice views all around. Starting to really just break tree line, so. But snow's getting a little softer, but still hard enough to stand on, so we're doing okay. A couple icy spots, but overall not too bad. But I'd say maybe a half a mile. Sounds about right, so. We'll get up to that campsite, and then there's another 0.2 from there, and then you're up. So I guess we'll see you at that campsite. Yeah, so we just got to this little sign. It basically shows you right where you are. I'll zoom in on that, but got that little dot says you are here. Remember, there's that tent site, and then off to the end of the map there's the actual summit, which is 0.2 from the tent site. So we're really probably only at about a 1/10 of a way to the campsite there for Garfield Ridge. So we're gonna get going. Andrew's already taken off. There he is. Doesn't wait for me. That's right. I wouldn't wait for him either, I guess. Alright, time to catch up. Alright, so that's slightly confusing. The campsite's 0.2 down there. And I'm just thinking that we want to be going up, which is over there.
I have to go over Garfield to Lafayette, so this is the way.
Yeah, I concur. Common sense tells me that. But yeah, still haven't really post-holed. A couple spots were slippery, but we're looking good, and I'm hungry as a flippin' bear right now. So can't wait to get up there to have a bite. We're gonna follow Andrew. You can see how this snow, how hard packed it is. I'm not even wearing spikes, mainly because I don't have any, but my snowshoes have stayed on the pack the whole day, so we're okay so far. So yeah, we're doing this last little part, and it's steep and kind of slippery, and I'm just taking it slow. Kind of wish I had poles for this. It would help a little bit, but I've never hiked with them before, so probably not going to start now. But you can kind of see Andrew taking it kind of slow too, because it is pretty slippery, but you're still not sinking in, so that's kind of nice. The snow's hard enough, so oh well, I'll see you close to the top. That really brings me back to the days of hiking Sawteeth, like a 4.5 foot deep post hole. Whee! And she just went for a little slide. I think I know how we're coming down the mountain. Yep. Path of least resistance. Yeah, I think we might bring the Adirondack butt slide to the White Mountains. It's looking like a good idea considering what I'm watching Andrew do right now. He's struggling up through those trees. I shouldn't laugh, I gotta do it next. Oh well. Alright, so we just had some pretty contentious moments there. Feeling like we were gonna go on a toboggan ride down the mountain. But here we are at the summit. We got a little platform there at the top, it looks like. But there's Lincoln and Lafayette over there. So That was interesting. But we made it. About 0.1 miles of diciness and we got up here. Well, time to get a bite to eat. Alright, so we've been at the summit for about a good 10-15 minutes. Got up here a little bit before 12:30. And you got 360-degree view, so it's pretty cool up here. Kind of looking around everywhere. There's an old fire tower foundation up here too. And Andrew's gonna strap on these the metal there onto his boots. We're having some traction issues for sure when we were coming up, so he's gonna try those. I'm gonna strap on the snowshoes just for a little bit, just so I can get those things
yeah, it feels much
give
better.
those a try.
You can tell just from the feel of it.
Yeah. So Andrew's gonna strap these on the boots, and hopefully hopefully that improves the situation a little bit.
Dicey coming up.
Yeah, it was. Andrew nearly started an avalanche of human beings on the way up. He almost took me out. Actually, he kind of did take me out.
I did for a second.
Which is fine. That's what friends are for.
Do 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 do.
Just think, we got about like 20 something more mountains to climb. He's already going crazy.
There'll be plenty more Stevie Wonder songs.
Plenty more. Bring a boombox on that next summit.
You can feel the metal digging in when you walk up.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're gonna try those. But that's all for now. So we'll see you off the summit. Alright, so I strapped on the snowshoes for this because I wanted to add a little bit of traction to my situation. Andrew's been going ass sliding down, and apparently he just snapped a tree in half because he collided with it, which I'm really regretting that I fell behind him now. But I can actually see his tracks from his traction device throughout the snow here, so I think they're working a little bit better. But snowshoes I'm still pretty happy with, so we'll keep on trying these. So I took a little break from filming until we kind of got out of that snow. I have since shed those snowshoes. Actually did that a while ago. I basically just wanted to get through that steep section without losing it down the mountain there, and did that pretty successfully. Now we're just kind of trudging down what's left of this snow. I'm almost like skating on my boots, which is strangely kind of fun. Andrew's had his traction devices on that he just bought, and it's working pretty well for him, so I would recommend it for these kind of conditions. I don't have them, so I gotta go a little bit slower. But so far we're making our way down. We haven't really stopped, so hopefully before soon we're out of this snow and we can really just book it out. No more snow! Traction device is put away. And now we haul ass. Alright, so We're at that stream crossing, the first one that we were at, so the second one now. But really only got about another hour or so until we're done here, so we gotta go over this once and I think again. But we're really making good time out. Just looked at the clock, it was close to 3 o'clock, so hoping by 4 o'clock we're gonna be done, and we'll head into Lincoln and get some food. So that was number 50 for me, as far as getting to the 111 or the 115. And Andrew hit that magic number 46. Of course, we still got 3 in the Adirondacks left to do, but we're getting there. Well, we made it back. A little quicker than I actually expected too. I mean, we got about 20-minute walk down the road there to the car, but yeah, here we are back at the trailhead. First successful hike of the year.
We did good.
Who passed this way? I passed this way.
So did I.
Well, apparently so did all of them. Yeah. Oh well.
Baby slipper.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't step on it.
Lady slipper. Yeah, so we got about, I would say, 20-25 minute walk to the car now. And then our day is done. Well, we're walking out now, so kind of just to review the day. It was a pretty easy hike. I mean,
Very standard. Great trail.
yeah, I mean, I think Andrew would agree. We had a pretty easy day up until the last 1/10 of a mile where it got a little slick on us.
And a lot of that was probably due to the snow, obviously. The snow was much thicker up there, much harder to grip on. So yeah, that was tough. But I mean, one tough spot in the day is not really a big deal.
No, no. A couple of traction devices, which we probably should have worn on the way up, helped us on the way down there.
Got up without them though. It was kind of impressive.
Yeah, yeah. No, we didn't wear them on the way up, and we still made it there. So the trail conditions, I'd give them give them an A for sure. As far as difficulty, if you're scale of 1 to 10, you're probably looking at, I mean, on a day with no snow, probably a 3.
Yeah.
Today we probably that last little part pushes it to a 5. And
yeah,
then
that was just our stupidity more than anything else.
Well, yeah, we got to do at least one stupid thing every hike.
Exactly. I mean, it wouldn't be right if we didn't.
No. And then, I mean, as far as the views go, you gotta say it's a 9 or a 10. I mean,
give it a 9.
I kind of wish that fire tower was still up there. That would have been nice to just sit at the top of there and just get the view from another, I don't know, 100 feet up.
But you get to see a lot of stuff from the top of that. That's spectacular, really.
Yeah.
Really great one.
360-degree views all around, so no complaints with that. So definitely giving that a 9 or a 10.
Something in there.
And it's a good way to start the year. First April hike.
Yeah.
We never did. And we didn't die. That's like added bonus.
I feel like every hike we end by saying, we didn't die doing that or that.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually the first measure of our hikes is, did we die? No. And then we're like, okay.
We really are a colorful hiking team.
Yeah, we really are. But I guess till the next time, we're probably going to be looking at end of May, unless we squeeze one in between then, which who knows. But trying to plan a trip up into Maine, so hopefully we'll knock some more off the 111 list. And then later on this summer, we're finishing the Adirondacks.
Yes.
Yes. But we're gonna go get some food now, so goodbye.